Hey everybody, this is Gary Dean, and this is our nightly video report for Wednesday, June 29th, 2016. So, this market's actually getting borderline comical. If you don't really like what the tape has done, the last 2 days, just, wait a day, and it's probably going to give it all back or whatever. But it's, this all-in, all-out environment is doing absolutely nothing to build the confidence of the retail traders that the puppet masters are trying so desperately to get into this market. And when you have the S&P that moves 190 points in what, 4 days, 3 days, that's just ridiculous. It's not even you don't really see that movement. But usually what happens is when you get these types of moves, it typically is at some type of top, and that's pretty much what I believe is playing out. So I'd be really, really upset if I just hung on to my shorts and was watching all these profits go to waste. But I was warning when we were down here to manage your short positions, put stops in place, and expect this type of bounce, because that's the type of bounce we've gotten every time. Now, my guess is it's probably going to fail someplace in this area here, come back down, maybe close two of the gaps that they left open already, which is, just another thing that I just can't understand why the bulls will continue to go back to that same game plan that has just failed every time. And that's gap it up at lows, and it doesn't work that way. Anytime we've seen it, once it runs out of steam, the lows are taken out again, and it's been happening over and over. But this is the environment we're in. They don't let anybody in the market. They want your retail to chase, and once they start chasing, they stop the bid, and we go ahead back down again. So there's two gaps here. We have one of the gaps closed and on the S&P, but right now you can see it made it through the 2061 resistance. It made it through the 2050. So now we're looking right back up to this 2082. If they continue higher, this is going to be resistance. And remember, each time they move it up like this, they're just using energy and energy. That it's why I say, take your profits when they're down here. Wait for the moronic move up and just short it and wait for it to collapse, and then you get this move back down again. And I don't think this one's going to be any different whatsoever. They're just luring people in, and the minute that people start believing that everything is for real, they pull the carpet out. So we don't really have any bearish divergences in place, but we never had any bullish divergences from down here. A little bit neutral on the SMI, so no clear pound the table sell signals like we had here. So you let it play out. That's it. You don't have to be in a trade every single day, and cash is a position. And people will say, well, you missed 80 points to the upside or whatever it is. Yeah, that's fantastic if you had the kahunas to buy a possible market crash and then jump in with a 30-point gap higher, only to sit there and watch it gap up some 20 points today. That's luck. You might as well just go to AC or go to Vegas and throw money on red or black, because knowing whether we're going to get this kind of bounce or not off of these lows, it's impossible. And I expect it a lot, so I don't take the long side just because to me it's stupid, because it's fear is stronger than greed, so I have no desire to try to catch a falling knife. But what I will do is close my shorts, put stops in them, and let the cheerleaders cheer as we get up here, get Kramer, get his people all bulled up, and we get up to the 2087 maybe, which is a 78% retracement, and we crash back down again. So that's been my game plan. I've been doing this over and over for like the last year, and I'm not really going to change my plans. So we have the I'm sorry, that was the 15-minute chart. So we have bearish divergences on the 15-minute chart. We don't have bearish divergences on the 60, and still a little more room to go to get into the oversold level. So they could push higher. I'm getting a little more bearish than I was down here. But again, I want to let things play out. Usually these bulls don't stop until they're forced out, and I think it's going to be, right around that 2082, 2087 level would make perfect sense. So let's see what they do tomorrow, and have a great weekend.